Hey, what's up, y'all? Coming at you from Waddy, Kentucky. Just wanted to touch bases with you guys, give you a little bit more in depth detail on the credit monitoring services that I use, Privacy Guard and Experian. It's not going to be a long video. Hopefully, you guys will be able to get a lot out of this video. If you will, please subscribe and like this channel. Share this channel with as many people as you possibly can. What I'm trying to do is make a movement. We're not taught in high school how to deal with credit. We're not taught in college how to deal with credit. This is something that we learn most of the time a little bit too late. So what I want to do is I want to take a movement, make a movement with us to build better credit, to build a business, and not be under the thumb of the government, so that we can make our own destiny, build our own American dream, and not somebody else's dream. If you're not making yours, then you're making somebody else's dream happen. So today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys my credit reports. I'm going to actually show you guys the credit monitoring services that I use. Hopefully you guys can take this information, apply it to yourselves. When you're done with this video, you're going to know exactly what's in your credit report. You're going to know how to find out those little tags that they put in your credit report, what they mean. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave a comment. I'll be sure to answer your comments or anything like that. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead, dive into my credit report. Subscribe to this channel, like this channel, share this channel. This is gonna be my personal information. This is actually my credit report. This isn't somebody else's credit report. This is my credit report. Okay, so if you're looking at my credit report right now, we're on Privacy Guard, and you see my Experian is 554, my TransUnion is 575, and my Equifax is 551. You may be asking yourself, why would you listen to somebody with a mid 500 credit score? And that's because I've been dealing with credit now for over 5 years. I know that it's not going to take me long to build my credit up, and chances are your credit scores, if you're not familiar with credit, knowing how to deal with credit, your credit scores are hovering right around here. The reason why my credit scores are so low is just because I just got out of bankruptcy. I just got a discharge of my bankruptcy just, I think it was last week or sometime last week. I received a letter saying that all my debts have been discharged. That basically means I don't owe any money. The court says that everything is done. There's no more court appearances or anything like that. If you're thinking about filing bankruptcy and you're a little skeptical, or you're afraid, or you have these emotions about you, you're kind of fearful about your process, it wasn't a painful process at all. There was 2 certificates that I had to pay for. There was classes that you take online. There was a pre-class before you actually file your bankruptcy. I think that one was like $40, and it's a click and go type of class that you take online. And then there's a post bankruptcy class where after you file bankruptcy and you see your trustee and everything, and you go through the same class. It's nothing really hard. They want to make sure that you have a good understanding of what it's going to take to build credit after bankruptcy. But hopefully you don't need that, because you're going to take a look at this that I'm giving you now, and you're not going to need bankruptcy. And if you are going through a bankruptcy or thinking about a bankruptcy, and you think that after the bankruptcy it's going to take you a long time to build your credit, I'm going to show you that it doesn't take a long time to build your credit up after bankruptcy. Yeah, my credit scores are 550 right now, mid 500s, but that's because I haven't done anything to my credit report. I wanted to start at the very beginning so you guys can come along on this journey with me, and not be so intimidated by these credit scores. Sometimes we think, oh, my credit is so bad, and oh, I can't get ahead because my credit is poor. Listen, there is no credit report. I'm coming off of a bankruptcy. There is no credit report so bad that you cannot recover from it. The system wasn't designed to keep us down. It's an algorithm. As long as you understand that it's just an algorithm, it's just It's nothing more than simple math. Then once you understand the equations, everything else is real simple. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's not hard. And it's that simple. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's nothing that a second grader can't get. It's really simple. And I want to show you guys, and I want to take you by the hand and show you it's not that complicated. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on your credit report to get it where you need it to be. As long as you guys go out and you get a couple of revolving lines of credit, a couple of secure cards. If you can't apply, or if you can't get accepted, approved for credit cards, that's okay. All right. There's something called secure credit cards. And these secure credit cards, what they do is you put a deposit down on a card. They put it, some of them put it in a CD, and it will earn interest as you use the credit card. You go out and you spend, $5 or $15, and then you pay it off. And they report that to all three credit bureaus. Make sure your secure credit card reports to all three credit bureaus. As you keep going along, your credit scores they don't have no choice. The algorithm says if you do this, if you get credit, revolving lines of credit, and you pay it every month, your credit score goes up. It's no magic trick. It's that simple. If you do this, then this happens. All right? And I want you guys to remember that. If you guys are sitting back thinking, oh, well, my credit's just not going to get any better, or, I'm going to pay somebody to fix my credit, it doesn't work that way. All right? You're not going to pay somebody and they're going to remove items off your credit report, and then voila, you have good credit report, good credit score. That's not the way the system works. The system says you have to have a right mix of credit in order for you to have a good credit score. So removing stuff off your credit, if you don't have a credit already, is not going to fix anything. If you have a late cable bill, if you have a cable bill in collections, you have an energy bill in collections, you have a repossession for your car, and you have a bankruptcy, you have all these items, and you don't have any credit, right? Any good credit, you can remove all of those items off your credit report, and you still will have a low credit score, all right? Because you don't have credit. That's not bad credit. That's poor credit. You just don't have a good credit score, and that's all it is. And what I want to show you guys is, let's get out here. Let's get some revolving lines of credit. This isn't going to be free. It's going to cost you some money, but you're making an investment in yourself. This is your first investment in you. Okay, if you guys don't want to spend the money on education, you don't want to spend the money going to these little, motivation classes, these Amway hoopla concerts, because that's what they are. They're just motivational concerts. If you're not doing that, make the investment in yourself, because you're going to get a far greater return if you invest in yourself than you put it in the stock market or anything else. Your education, your investment in you is the best investment you will ever make. And I believe personally, if you invest in building your credit, that will be a far greater return than what you can get in the stock market or any other investment vehicle. So I hope the information that I give to you guys take heed to this information, and come along with me. Let me show you how to build your credit. Now, right now, you guys are at ground zero with me. I have a 550, 575. If I come over here to my Experian, this is my Experian scores, okay? Now, my 550, let me pull it up a little bit. You see my Experian is 554. My Equifax is 572. My TransUnion is 557. All right, and you see where it says poor. I'm going to show you. Right now, in 5 days, I'm able to pull a new credit report and get new credit scores from all three bureaus. All right. What I've done so far is I've sent out some letters to dispute some items in my credit report. But before I disputed anything in my credit report, what I did was I went out and I made an investment in myself. I took out a secure credit card for $400. I made another investment in myself. I took out another secure card for $400. I'm going to make another investment in myself. I'm going to get another secure card for $400. And I'm going to use these secure credit cards. Now, it's not like I'm giving money away. You can look at them as a personal savings account. All right. It's not like they have your money. They take that money that you gave to them and they give you a credit card. All right. And you're able to use that credit card just like any other credit card. All right. It may say secure, a secured line of credit or a secure credit card on your credit report. But I want you to know something. When it says secure credit card, that has no effect on your credit score whatsoever. It works the same way as if it was a regular credit card. So don't worry about if the credit line is reports secure. Some people say, I'm not going to use that credit card because it reports as secured. It doesn't matter. Right now, the terms on all the credit cards that you're getting right now at mid 500 FICO scores, they're not going to be the best terms. They may have some fees, but if you follow me, a lot of the secure credit cards that I talk about, that I use, they don't have a lot of fees in them. And that's the reason why I have this channel, to bring to you, to let you know that you don't have to just, give up on your credit scores. There's a way to fix it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in the privacy guard. And the reason why I'm going to my privacy guard is because I'm a little bit more familiar with privacy guard, like reading the reports and everything in privacy guard, than I am in Experian. Okay, so I'm actually going to go into my credit report, and I want to show you guys some things in the credit report, what I want you to look for in your credit report. All right, these are the same things that I look for in my credit report that I want you guys to apply to yourselves. Okay, I'm going to go here and view my report. I gotta log in again. Bear with me. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and review the report again. Okay, now where it says personal profile, all right, now what I want you guys to understand, where it says personal profile, a lot of times people will just overlook this part because they think that this all this stuff is going to be accurate, and that's not the case. You see where it says name, you want to make sure that where it says name, that it's your actual credit report. All right, I mean that it's your actual name, excuse me. Where it says Kenneth E. Fleming, you want to make sure that's you. If it's another name there, it says John Smith or Jane Fonda or whoever, you know there's a good chance your credit report has been merged with somebody else's credit report. So you want to make sure all the information in your personal profile is 100% accurate. All right, you want to make sure where it says also known as, that it doesn't have some weird name here. Where it says year of birth, you want to make sure that the year of birth is 100% accurate. Where it says addresses, now I know all my information is blacked out, but I'm going to bring something to your attention. Where it says addresses, you want to make sure all the addresses are accurate. Now, on my credit report, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to have it where you can see a little bit of it. This address right here, where my cursor is, that's not an accurate address. That's not the address that I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with that address at all. I have to get the credit bureaus to take that address off my credit report, and here's why. A lot of times when you apply for credit, they'll have a verify process, and it will say, are you familiar with, check the box with the address that you're familiar with, and it'll give you like 4 or 5 addresses, and all three or four of them are inaccurate, but one of them might be correct. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. Well, if that address is on my credit report and they use that to verify, and I click, I'm not familiar with any of these addresses, but the system says that address is, my address, then I'm automatically denied, and I got to get kicked over to customer service and have a long discussion with customer service on why that address is in my credit report. I'm not familiar with it. And I got to try to convince them to bypass the credit system or the verification system because that address isn't mine. All it takes is me reaching out to the credit bureaus, letting them know, hey, look, that address is not accurate. Can you please remove that from my credit report? So the only reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is those of you that, you may subscribe to a credit monitoring service or you're about to join one. Don't just overlook the personal profile. That's just as important as everything else. You want to make sure the names are accurate, your aliases are accurate, the birth year is accurate. You want to make sure all the addresses are accurate. Your current employer, make sure all your current employer is accurate. The previous employer, make sure all that information is accurate. If that information isn't accurate, write the credit bureaus, let them know, can you please change that information? Okay, now here's a credit summary. Credit summary basically just gives an outline of a snapshot, a picture of what your credit situation is looking like. If you notice, there's a lot of zeros there. And the reason why there's so many zeros is because I told you guys, like right now, I don't have any revolving lines of credit. And that's because I had all my revolving lines of credit discharged in my bankruptcy. All right. Now, if you guys are in a bankruptcy and you guys have balances after you've been discharged, you want to check that and see exactly what happened. All right. What happened in that situation? Where it says this installment loan, this is another tidbit. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. If you take out a student loan, that student loan is going to stay with you pretty much until the day you die, or it's paid off. Now, congratulations to me that my student loan now is only $1,170. That student loan was actually tens of thousands of dollars. It was a lot of money. And I've been paying on that for a long time now. And I finally got that down. It's probably going to take me, hopefully by the end of the year. It's October now. Hopefully by the end of the year, that student loan will be paid off. But just so you know, if you guys are thinking about filing bankruptcy because of a student loan, just know that it's not going anywhere. That you file bankruptcy, after bankruptcy, it's still going to be there. All right. Now I want to bring something else to your attention where it says inquiries. Now, when you apply for credit, there's something like you might have heard the terminology of hard pull. What they're telling you is that is a situation where you try to apply or obtain credit. All right. You applied for credit, and therefore it's going to go here where it says inquiries. That is a hard pull. All right. Now, you might have heard of a soft pull. Soft pull is like if you belong to a credit monitoring service like Privacy Guard or something like that, where you get your credit scores or your credit report every month, then that's going to be a hard pull, a soft pull. All right. That's the difference between a hard pull and a soft pull. Whether you, like if I apply for a credit card, right, and I didn't get approved for the credit card, I'm still going to receive a hard pull inquiry on my credit report saying, okay, you have an inquiry. And that inquiry is going to stay on my report up to 2 years. Okay, that can stay on your credit report for a long time, but it's going to have an effect on your credit score for 2 years. So you guys might have an inquiry for like 3-4 years ago. It might be on your credit report, but it doesn't have a huge effect on your credit score. Now, here's another thing I want you to understand. If you guys are coming along on this journey with me, and I'm telling you guys, go out and get revolving lines of credit. Go out and get an installment loan. Initially, when you're going out, when you start at base camp zero, when you go out and you start getting all the secure credit cards and installment loans, your credit score may drop a little bit, and that's because you're doing a lot of hard pulls to get this credit. Even though it's a secure credit card and you're giving them money and their credit card is 100% secured, they're still going to do a credit check on you to make sure you are who you say you are. All right. A lot of times that's all it is. It's not, you know, a lot of times it's not about what kind of credit situation that you're in. Because if you're applying for a secure credit card, they know you're trying to rebuild your credit. So your credit is not the greatest starting out. All right. And that's what the credit check on the secure credit cards are about. So just know you may have a little drop in your credit score. So if you guys, see that on your credit scores, you go, well, Kenny, you said my credit scores are going to go up and my credit scores went down. Chances are it's because you're applying for so much credit. Just keep making your payments on your credit card and it's going to jump up. Okay. So now I want to go a little bit into my account history. Now, what's really important here is this collection account. If you notice, I have one collection on my credit report. And this is the collection that still today, it bothers me. I don't know what this account is. It's for $129. But the reason why it's so important for you guys, right? This collection that I have is actually important for you guys, is because if you look at the date where it says 12/1/2011, my date opened 12/1/2011. Collection accounts stay on your credit report up to 7 years. All right. Collection accounts stay on your credit report up to 7 years. After the 7th year, they fall off your credit report. All right. After 7 years, they fall off your credit report. So regardless, yes, I did send a dispute letter for this collection item, but regardless, all right, this January 1st, 2019, this collection account, regardless whether I paid it or not, has to be removed from my credit report. All right. So a lot of times you guys have situations where you have things in your credit report and you're like, oh, do I pay it? Do I not pay it? Just know, let's say this was a Best Buy account, right? It was Best Buy. And it was the same day. Though in 2019, it may fall off my credit report. Well, it will fall off my credit report. If not, I dispute it. It may get removed off my credit report, but it does not mean you do not owe that debt to Best Buy. You still owe the debt to Best Buy. Just because you go to Best Buy and you apply for credit at Best Buy in 2019, you may say, well, it's not on my credit report. But believe me, Best Buy still have that collection item in their database. So there's a good chance you will not get approved for any debt from Best Buy or get approved for whatever it is, TV or electronic, whatever it is that you're trying to apply for. Sometimes in your credit report, you will have like ND or something like that where you're not sure what that letter means. If you come here where it says legend, you just click legend. ND might say no data provided. Like you will have a list of items right here where it says no data. It might be 90 days late, 120 days late, key derogatory, repossession or foreclosure, a payment plan. Usually if you're like on some type of payment plan to repay your debts, they'll put a PP there. But this is where you want a bunch of greens right here, right, on all your accounts. And the only reason why I'm not going all the way through my credit report, because I don't want you guys looking at all my information, trying to steal my data and, trying to open lines of credit. But you want a bunch of greens right here. All right. And if you go through my credit report, if I was to scroll through my credit report, you will see a bunch of greens in my credit report. And like I said, make sure all this information in your credit report is accurate, 100% accurate. If it is not accurate, make sure you dispute it. Dispute it, dispute it, dispute it. Hey, my monthly payment isn't right on this account, right? Please verify with the collector, or and, and get it right, or whatever you want to put in your letter. But just make sure that they get all the information right. All this is supposed to be filled out. They can't just have blanks there because they want to put blanks there. If they don't have it there, remove it. And that's how a lot of the credit repair companies will actually get items removed from your credit report. They'll actually dispute payment dates. They'll say, he wasn't late in October when you were actually late in September. He wasn't late in October. Please verify and remove. So they go and verify and they say, hey, he paid his payment in October when you were actually late in September. And they didn't really verify this September. So they got to take the whole collection account off your credit report. Believe it or not, that works. That works a lot of times. And people don't realize how many times that situation is how these credit repair companies get items taken off credit report. Verify this. Verify the information on my credit report. And long story short, I just want you guys to get familiar with credit reports. That's what my channel is about. It's not just about credit. I'm gonna go along further and talk about other things, and the journey is gonna be about more than just credit. But if you don't have good credit, it's really hard to do business, because you're gonna need lines of credit to get, like my industry is trucking, right? I don't have $173,000 or whatever a brand new truck is to go get a truck. Some of you say, well, 20,000. It's only going to take you 20,000. Well, then you're going to have like another 20,000 in reserve, because there's a good chance a $20,000 truck is going to break down on you. I think we can agree on that. But right now, what I'm trying to do is just get my credit together. And I want you guys to come along this journey. You guys see my credit scores. We're mid 500s. This October 5th, mid 500s. I'm going to pull my credit report in about another week or so. And I'm going to show you, we're going to do the same thing, another walkthrough. And we're going to look at the changes. You're going to see some things may have been removed from my credit report. You're going to see some installment loans added to my credit report. And you're going to see some revolving lines of credit added to my credit report. The 2 secure credit cards and the installment loan. All right. So hopefully this takes a little bit of the intimidation factor away from credit reports. And you guys are a little bit more motivated to actually take a deep dive in your credit report, and not so hesitant. And sometimes we don't want to look at bad things that we're going through. Like if we know our bank account's negative, we don't want to look at it. Or, our credit report is bad, so we don't want to look at it. I want to take your mindset away from that and not even look at it as negative. Hey, that's what it is today. All right. My credit score today is 550, but in the back of my mind, I know I'm a 700 FICO score walking right now. All right. I know that. I believe that in my heart, because it's not going to take me long to get to that 700. And I want you guys to come along with me. All right. And I want us to build credit. I want us to start a business, get going, get our trucks, and have our maintenance accounts and be prosperous. No more hating, all this negativity in the world right now that's going on, and all this political BS that's going on. It's important for us to be awake, right? But it's also important for us to be able to provide for ourselves and our families. All right. And that's what this channel is about. It's about providing for those that we're responsible for. I hope you guys got some good information from this video. I hope you guys liked and subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, please do so. And if you're a truck driver, stay safe. Rainfall is right around the corner. Snow is right around the corner, man. And, increase your travel distance, man. Don't just start, bumper hugging with these four-wheelers. Give them some space, because they're sliding all over the place. You know how they do. But you guys have a blessed day. I appreciate you spending this time. I hope you guys got some good information from me. And I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.